Today we will be talking about the Season 17 Warbond Legals Battle Pass. Starting off with the American T-43 to a 2.7 plane with excellent turret rate, alright guns. I mean, it's a 50 cal, one of the most reliable guns in the game. Pretty good speed, pretty good rate of climb. At 2.7, you can research majority, not majority. You can research a pretty decent chunk of the American tech tree and get vehicles like the Hellcat, the P-47 Thunderbolt, and the P-38 Lightning, which are all pretty good vehicles, which you can then use to grind out the good stuff like 82s and F8Fs, P-51Hs, F-82s. So not a bad vehicle per se. So definitely worth considering picking up for America. We now move on to the T126. The T126 is a Russian light tank at 3.0. My honest opinion on it is you should not get it because of the sole reason it does not have a lineup. If you do get it, you basically have two choices, and that is to up tier it to say 3.3, which will perform okay, or you up tier it to 3.7, where it will do not the best, or you can up tier it to 4.0, and that's a full BR above. 4.0, you can run into the T14, the KV-1C, the German KV-1C. You can also run into Jagdpanzers, Jagdpanzer 4, Hetzers, basically anything with armor that you just cannot end unless you flank. So unless you're willing to up tier it or up tier other vehicles, I wouldn't say it's a good grinder. I mean, I guess you can seal club it. Oh wait, there is one notable thing about it. Just like every other tank in the Russian tech tree with a 45mm gun, it has amazing gun depression. The -8 is some of the best you can find out the Russian tree. I mean, it's better than -1. Yeah. So if you're looking for a grinder, I wouldn't say it's worth it. But if you're looking for something unique and interesting, I'd say it's okay. We now move on to the HMS Jovis. I have absolutely no clue on HMS Jovis, so I won't comment too much. The only thing I can say is if you want a thing for naval, you can consider it because if you want to grind naval, specifically British naval, it wouldn't be too bad. The British has some decent ships, especially at top tier, because HMS Brit is pretty good, along with the new Queen Mary and HMS Invincible. There's some pretty good ships. So, if you want an introduction to naval, it wouldn't be too bad, but I wouldn't recommend it. We now move on to the Sherman I Compositor Compositor. The Sherman 1 Compositor, which is essentially, I'm pretty sure it's an M4 hull with an M4A1 slapped onto it, I think. It's a Sherman. I can't say much about it. It has the reliable US-75. It has a 50 cal. Has the average speed, it's just average and everything. However, if we're looking at a grind perspective, I would say it's probably a pretty good pickup because, for one, there's a severe lack of good premiums. I mean, you can get the Sherman 1 Compositor or the Panzer 4G, which is a Panzer 4. Or there is three other choices. The OF40, which is pretty good. The Tigris, which actually has a lineup. Pretty good lineup, actually. Or the OF40 MTCA at 9.3. And as we know, 9.3 got severe decompression, so it's actually fun to play at that BR. So it actually is pretty viable after the real decompression. It also got DM33, which is just bloody magnificent. You also have a lot of other vehicles to back it up. Doesn't have turbos though, so a bit shame. We now move on to the VS8. I cannot say anything about this because I do not and will never grind German coastal naval. So I can't give a review on this thing because I've never played coastal. So moving on. Moving on to the final thing, we have the F47N, which is basically a P47N, but Chinese. Ooh, magical. As you know, uh, basically it's a strike aircraft. It's mainly used for casts. And if we're looking at a grind perspective, the Chinese F47N would be pretty okay. Yep, and we sort up to rank 4, which is pretty alright. That's mostly just copy paste, but at least the copy paste is good, right? Rank 5, rank 6 is where you start to struggle, because it's really not unique. But once you get past rank 5 and 6, rank 7, you can just use this to grind out everything. So it'll be fine. Not a bad option. However, if none of those interest you, then I would recommend using your warbonds on this battle trophy for bushes. I do not condone bushes because I bloody hate it, but you know, if you fight fair in this world, you're not gonna survive that long. So do what you have to do to win. Or if you already have 6 bushes, you can get a talisman for a vehicle. I would say that's pretty worth it, in my opinion. And onto the subject of the battle pass in general, you should not buy it. Not at all. Because if you do buy it, And solely because you want the vehicle, the ground vehicle, you either have to gamble and pray to RNG and to the snail that you get a T-55E1, which I probably think most of y'all want. And knowing Gaijin, it will give you a Totally 2A, which I doubt any of you play Italy, or the SDKFC 251, which is a German half-track with a 75mm gun. The Kachi is basically just a seal cover tank, so there's that. And the main reward is fucking boring. It's literally just a HE-177 with a unique missile. And why even bother with that when you can just use the normal HE-177, get the fruit X? I don't think this will be like unique at all. Like, sure, it's unique, but like, what's the point? So in my opinion, this battle pass is not worth it at all. Do not spend GE on it. And simply use your GE for the upcoming winter sale, where you can get much better vehicles. If you want a grinder for Germany, I would say get the well, if you want a GE premium, it's kind of bare bones, but you can get the JU2 which can just carry you to rank 5. And then you can just use the Swiss Hunter to research all of rank 4. I mean, not rank 4, rank 7. And get pretty good planes. MiG-23, MLA, which albeit nerfed, still decent. And then just Talisman, maybe a MiG-21 MF or this HAL, and research all of this. The only thing worth the geometry is the Eurofighter, so yeah. Overall, that's my conclusion on these vehicles. In my opinion, the vehicles you should look out for is the Key 42, the F-47N, or the Sherman I Compositor